In this video, I want to go over 4 crucial steps to go from skinny to jacked. Why should you take advice from me? I've always been a skinny guy trying to bulk up. I did so many mistakes and decisions which I regret. I tried a bunch of advice. Most of that advice didn't work, but some worked. That's why I feel that I have good advice to share with you. And I'm not trying to disrespect anyone, but when the big guys give this sort of advice, they generally have very good genetics. That means they've never gone through the actual problem that you and me have to go through. What I want to do, share exactly what works best for me from someone who had the same start as you. Let's do this. Step 0. This game of building muscle, building your dream body is a marathon, not a sprint. If you just keep going, gains are guaranteed. If you do not give up, you cannot fail. Set this mindset and you're good to go. That's all you need in terms of mindset. There's actually one more mindset that I cover in my program, but if you just do this, you're good to go. Now, another thing. If you just scroll and you're not ready to take action, you're a pussy, in other words, you can click off right now. I want this part of the video to be the filter of this video, where I filter the right type of people. So if you are just a pussy, you're just scrolling and you're not ready to take action, there's no point for you watching this video. So click off right now. Now, if you are a serious man or a young man who's ready to take action, he's not scared of anything, let's start. Step number 1. First, you need to do some form of resistance training. Now, there are plenty of ways to do this. Main ones, you can do calisthenics. You train with your body weight, and weightlifting. My advice for you right now, choose weightlifting because it's easier for most people to start. When you do calisthenics, especially if you are overweight, you don't have experience in this field, it's pretty hard to start. Yeah, there are very easy variations that you can start with. However, in calisthenics, you need to have a lot of coordination. You need to train multiple muscles in the same time. It's not easy for the average person to start calisthenics. However, you can do it. I'm not saying it doesn't work, it works, but it's just a bit harder for you to do. What to do in the gym? Pick a training program based on how many days you can train. Do not make the mistake of picking a training program based on which one people say that is the most optimal. That's not how you do it. You pick a training program based on how many days you can train. So if I ask you right now, how many days can you train for sure, every single week for the rest of your life? If from the start you do not even think, you just say 4 days a week, no matter what, then that's it. But if you say, I can definitely train 4 days a week, but I might be able to go 5 days or 6 days, stop right there. 4 days, that's the split that you want to get, for a split for 4 days a week. Because in this game, we talk about all the things that you need, all the components, and that's 100% of the things that you need to do. Recovery, training, nutrition, all that good stuff. However, and that's 100% of the things that you need to do. And we cover those in every single of these videos. But if you are not consistent with these in the same time, then the output, it's not 100%, So pick something that you can sustain. Do not think of, Chris Bumstead has this workout program. You don't have the genetics of Chris Bumstead. You have a different body. Everyone has a different body. So pick the one that is good for you and that you can sustain. The perfect program is the one that you can sustain. And it's the same for the diet and it's the same for everything. For beginners, I recommend the program that I made because I've been through this journey. And if you had the same starting point as me and your goal is to get the same body that I have right now, I recommend the program that I made. Click the link below once you're ready. It's the first link in the description. I know it's my program and I do not give a fuck. I actually want to help you. And to be completely honest with you, you have a video on that page to watch. And in case that you don't watch it until the end, I'm basically saying that you can stay in that program for 1 year. You pay once, you stay in 1 year, and if after 1 year I do not help you, you get your money back. You hit me up on Instagram or in that program because you have that option. you ask for your money back, and I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm going to give you your money back if I do not help you. That's how confident I am about this program. Now, next, you need to do a combination of compounds and isolations. Let me explain this. So compounds is basically an exercise that is going to work multiple muscle groups in the same time. For example, if I do pull-ups are not going to isolate only my lats. It's going to work a bunch more muscles in the back. If I do bench press, it's not going to only work my chest. It's going to work my triceps too, and a bit of my front delts. That's what I mean about compounds. Isolations, it's exactly what the name says. Isolations, it's isolate one muscle from all the other muscles. So an isolation can be a bicep curl. You isolate, you work only the bicep. The technique should be clean and make sure you do not break the form. That's very important. In terms of technique, you want a technique that allows you to train till failure, and when you reach failure, the muscle that gives up is the one that you're trying to train. If I do bench press, I want to train my chest. Okay. If when I reach failure, my chest can go and do more reps, but I cannot because of my shoulders or my back or my triceps, it's not a good technique. You need to check your technique. And I cover everything in my program. I know I advertise it a lot, but I know what I advertise because I know it works. And I know I've put everything I know in there. So, next, gradually make the exercise harder. Plenty of ways to do this. Main ones, not the only ones. Increase the reps, 1 to 2 reps for every exercise from week to week. So if this Monday I do bench press 10 kilograms with 10 reps, next week on Monday I'm going to do 10 kilograms with 12 reps. That's how you increase reps. If you want to increase weight, you add 1 kilogram to 2 kilograms per week. So if this Monday I do bench press 10 reps with 10 kilograms, next week on Monday I'm going to do bench press 10 reps with 11 or 12 kilograms. That's how you do it. Now, other ways. You're not going to be able to increase the reps and increase the weight every single time. That's not how it works. So, in those moments, in those times, you want to focus on other things. You want to focus on improving your technique. You focus more on the muscle that you're trying to train, mind-muscle connection, and slower eccentrics. I'm going to explain this to you maybe if you don't know what eccentrics means. So we have a few parts of a contraction. So let's take a bicep curl as an example. I have a bicep curl right here. When I pull the weight, this is the concentric part. The muscle shortens. If I keep the muscle in this position, this is isometric. The muscle stays under load in the same position. It does not shorten, it does not lengthen. When I go like this in the negative on the same position as when I started, this is the eccentric, when the muscle is lengthening. This is what we want to do, slower eccentrics. What we want to do and what we want to achieve is in the muscle, we want to have small tears in the muscle so that then the body can recover it and grow it bigger. The research shows that the easiest way to achieve these small tears in the muscle is through slow eccentrics. And you can apply this to every single exercise. By the way, like I said, you can get the exact workout program that I used to build my body from this to this as a complete skinny guy from someone who had the same starting point as you. Go click the link in the description once you're ready. Step 2, create an optimal environment for muscles to grow by eating in a surplus of calories and eating enough protein. How do you do that? Many methods. Easiest one, track everything you eat and your weight for 10 days. At the end, you make the average of your calories and you see how many calories you ate and the trend of your weight. That's how you find your maintenance, because you can take a look at how many calories you ate on average and your weight. So if your weight goes down, that amount of calorie is a deficit for you. So we add a little bit more. If your weight goes up more than half a pound per week, then that's a very big surplus for you. If your weight stays approximately the same, that's the maintenance for you. Then just try to gain half a pound per week at max. With enough weeks and hard work, you will change your body. If you start to gain half a pound per week at max, you're good to go. That's it. 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 175 pounds, you're going to need 175 grams of protein every single day. Do not stay more than 5 hours without protein in a day. Why? Because when you eat protein, you start a process that turns protein into muscle. So every single time you eat protein, this process starts and turns protein into muscle. When you stay too much without protein, this process goes down. So you're not building muscle. You want to keep this process elevated throughout the day. And the way to do that is to eat about 5 times a day with protein. Now, step number 3, optimize rest. Here's what works best for me and what research says. I combined all of this, my experience and research. White noise while sleeping, turn on Spotify, find one of those thunderstorm or white noise, whatever you want to do. Set a timer to turn off after 1 hour or 2 hours. Non-sleep deep rest protocol from Andrew Huberman. You can find it also on Spotify just before going to sleep. Keep the room cold just enough so if you don't have a blanket, it's very cold for you. Eat last meal 3 hours before sleep. You don't want to go to sleep digesting food. And having a sleep routine / ritual that you follow every single evening is a very good one. Turn off the lights in the evening. Consistent wake up time and going to sleep. Consistent going to sleep time is much important than waking up. And do not use your phone in bed. I think these are the most important things to optimize recovery. Step 4. Everything we've talked about so far is 100% of what you need to do, right? However, if you are not consistent with these, it's not going to be 100% anymore. Make sure you do not quit. No matter what, stay consistent. Even though you miss some days here and there, you show up again. That's how you succeed. That's how you achieve your dream body. Now, if you like my body, if you want to achieve a body similar to mine, click the link below once you're ready. I've put everything I know in there. I know, like I said, I advertise this a lot, but I do this just because I'm very confident that this is going to help you and you're going to like it. So click the link below, watch the video and take the decision for yourself.